All right. Assalamu alaikum, family. You are tuned into the Sajdah Monday morning meditation. And I'm your host, Sajdah Wendy Muhammad. I apologize. I was fiddling around with a few things today. We're going to get our Monday and our week started off right. So be a friend, tell a friend, and I'll be right back after a few short commercials. And it looks as if we are not on Facebook. So let's see if we can, what we're going to do is see if we can fix Facebook here. There we go. There we go. I think we may have it because I know a lot of y'all prefer Facebook for whatever reason. Okay, I think we got it. All right. So once again, welcome to the Sajdah morning meditation and motivation. It's Monday. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a few short commercials and a beautiful prayer, and we'll be right back, and we're going to jump right into our motivation and meditation.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
Assalamu alaikum, family. Thank you for tuning in. You're tuned into the Sajdah channel. And today is where we do our daily, or start to practice the concept of daily meditation and really just motivation. And somebody asked me a question because maybe they were new to the channel or new to the show. And they said, well, I thought you were a Muslim. Why do you meditate? And I was like, oh, man. There's so many accounts of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and so many of our leaders and prophets, if you will, throughout the Holy Quran and the Bible that talk about meditation. That actually is not why I do it, because I didn't know about that when I first started meditating. I started meditating at a very, very young age, around 4 or 5 years old. I didn't have a language for it. I wasn't sure what it meant, but I knew it was something that I always seemed to need to do because um, I would get overstimulated, overwhelmed, overstimulated. And for me, the easiest thing to do was to just go off somewhere and just be quiet. And outside was something I would do all the time, whether it was on the porch, sitting in the yard, or even I was blessed to have my own room growing up. So even in my room, I'd sit and meditate for hours. And it's just something that I did forever, for as long as I could remember. And I remember challenges in my life when I didn't meditate. And then when I converted to Islam, I found that I felt more earnest in my prayers when I meditated before or after. And I've done both. It just depends on, what I need. But it's a spiritual practice that I do that I like to share with um, anyone, but specifically the entrepreneurs who are on here. We're builders, we're developers. There's a lot of stimuli that's coming at us, a lot of things we need to pay attention to. And one of my favorite things, sorry, my coffee is so good this morning. One of my favorite things that I love, love, love about Allah is when there's movement and protections in place that I didn't count on. See, when you're a quote unquote intellectual and somebody told you when you were growing up that you were smart and you did pretty good at mastering subjects and things that came to you, it's probably egoic, but to have a situation where things go beyond what you thought they would do, dreams that come true that are bigger than what you even thought, or they come into fruition in a way that's way bigger than what you thought they would. Or here's another one that I absolutely love is when I'm going down the road and I'm doing something, honestly, whether it's right or wrong or however you want to judge it, but I can feel that Allah, God, or that there's a force that is supporting me, that is helping me, that is protecting me. And when I look up and realize that God was protecting me from something, even though I wanted it so bad, that to me is magical. You ever wanted to go somewhere so bad and you were preparing for it and you're getting ready to do it, and then you find out that you can't go or you won't be able to go, or something happens in the meantime that prevents you from being there, and then you find out later why you weren't supposed to be there. It's to me, it's such a magical space to be in. And that's the space that I want to meditate on today. That space where we don't know enough to worry. That space where we really don't know enough. And better yet, we don't know that we don't know enough to properly plan. We don't see the enemy lurking. We don't see the danger around the corner because maybe we're so blinded by whatever it is that we want to do. That's the space that I want us to meditate on today. And as I was going into this, and I always say to you guys, calibrate yourself, relax yourself, because to me, prayer and meditation are one and the same. There are formal prayers that we may do as part of our religion, which is necessary. But let's make sure that those prayers don't become rituals. And let's make sure that we employ tools that can help us be more conscious of what it is that we're saying and what it is that we're doing when we say that we're praying. Because a lot of us just stand there and just memorize some lines and we go through the motions. But where are you? Is your heart really in it? Are you taking a moment to really feel the presence of Allah? Again, another one of my favorite things is to just sit in the presence of Allah and just say, I just want to sit here with you. And I'm going to remove my ego and allow you to download into me whatever it is that you need me to do, whatever you want me to do, whatever my assignment is. Sometimes I'll say, what's my next move? I'm sorry, let me turn this phone off here. It never fails. As soon as I get on live, people start texting. Okay, so I'm going to put on a little meditative music and we're just going to get started. No, you know what? No music today. We're not going to do it. All right, so we're going to start. I'm going to stop babbling and we're just going to start. I want us to start with our breath, and you're going to take some shallow breaths just to get yourself ready for the deep breaths, kind of prime the pump a little bit. So just be gentle with yourself and just take some deep breaths. Go ahead and close your eyes. Feels so good to just breathe. And now we're going to just kind of reset ourselves by taking 3 really deep breaths. And the way that we're going to breathe with this is that we're going to breathe through our mouth as deep, deep, deep as we can, and then out our nose. But the catch with breathing through our mouth is that our mouth is going to be closed. Okay? So you're going to breathe through your mouth, but you're going to close your nose. So it's going to sound something like this. Join me. This time I want you to go deep, deep, deep until you can't suck in any more air. And let's give it one more time. I want you to suck that air in so deep that it feels like you're going to choke. Now, relax into your breathing. Feel that breath of life just coming in and out of you. Whatever thoughts you're having, just let them float on by. Don't entertain anything. Don't ask for anything. Just pay attention to your breathing. Settle down. You may feel your body wanting to settle into a certain rhythm. Let it go and allow it. Because your body is right now on the rhythm of whatever you last watched on television, whatever music you just heard, whatever conversation you just had, whatever thoughts you're having. But there's another rhythm that's trying to pull you to it, and allow it. Allow it to pull you. Now, I want you to think about a time where you wanted something, whether it was to go somewhere, whether it was to see someone. Maybe you liked somebody and you wanted to date them, and you were kind of feeling them. And then it seemed like all of a sudden life took a sharp turn. Where you thought you were going, it was closed or you couldn't go. That person you thought you liked, all of a sudden they just dropped out of existence. That new friend you thought you were kicking it with, all of a sudden something just ain't right. Sit with that. Of those examples that you brought to your mind, I want you to think of one, pick one, where you later learned why Allah didn't want you to be friends with that person, why they didn't allow you to come around, why you didn't get to have what you wanted, or why it was delayed. And when you're thinking about that, I want you to think about how grateful you are that maybe it didn't happen when you wanted it. Maybe it didn't happen in the way you wanted it. Maybe you didn't get to go where you thought you wanted to go. And you're saying, man, if I had gone there, I may have died. If I had gone there, it may have been an abusive situation. If I had gone there, there was extra traffic there that would have made me late. I think you get the scenario. And I want you to just sit in a space of gratitude for all those times when Allah intervened in your affairs and you had no say so and you didn't even know why. And as you express your gratitude, I want you to focus on how grateful you are that it didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen. And I want you to focus on the fact that there's a power greater than you outside of yourself that was moving and shaking and doing things and putting you in place, lining you up where you needed to go. And next thing you know, the opportunity that you thought you wanted is no longer available. And now there's something greater, something more than you ever could have dreamed of because you never even knew it existed. You didn't pray for it. You didn't ask for it because you never even knew it existed. I have so many examples like that. I'm so grateful. And as we're expressing our gratitude, I want us to gently feel the expansion of more opportunities like that coming to us, where we find ourselves in more places that were elevated places that we didn't know existed. But yet we find ourselves there and we find ourselves prepared to tackle them. Focus on the expansion of all those opportunities that are out there, the infinite amount of opportunities that are out there that you don't know anything about, that you can't name, but that you know you can end up in one of those spaces, and one of those spaces can bless you overnight and tremendously. I want you to think about how you don't have the right to be worried because you don't know enough to be worried. Something can always happen that you know nothing about. And I want you to submit to that statement. You don't know enough to be worried. You don't have the right to be worried because something can always happen that you know nothing about. I'm getting some scenarios from y'all. Let's keep going with that. Somebody got out of jail or avoided being arrested because of a circumstance that they knew nothing about. Somebody had a bad breakup from someone that they thought was perfect. And as it turns out, it would have been very dangerous for you to be with that person. You should be grateful. Something can always happen that we know nothing about. So there's no problem that we're facing that's too big. Yes, we're strategizing. Yes, we're working on it. But we are moving with certainty, with a knowing. We're not looking for the event that we're praying for as proof of our belief. We move with knowing. We move with certainty. We are not going to Allah in prayer with the contingency that if this prayer is granted, we believe. There's no contingency on our belief system. Our knowledge is proof. We're moving from belief into knowing. We know something can always happen that we know nothing about. We know that all it takes is a wink and a nod from Allah and things can turn around overnight. We know that. It's happened to us before. We know that things can be going on behind the scenes that we have no awareness about. We know that. And we move with that knowing. We're not sitting here praying for something and putting demands on Allah and saying, I'll believe if this happens. Or negotiating our belief with what it is that we want. We're moving with a knowing that everything always works out for us. Take that soft, deep breath. Let's sit here with all of that for a few moments. Know that you are the beloved of God. Know that. And that no matter what anyone says or what anyone does, you know that Allah is with you. Even if you've made a mistake, even if you've got yourself tangled up in something that you had no business doing, you know that His beneficence and mercy is with you. And He can turn that thing around overnight. Let's just breathe. Release the burden of it all. Let it go. Now, before we open our eyes, We want to lock into the pattern of things happening for us to bless us, to uplift us that we know nothing about. We are not limiting our blessings or our help to our intellectual capacity. All right. Now, with that, I'm going to slowly come back to yourself, slowly come back to the real world. Such a beautiful space, that meditative space. And I want you to take a few moments to talk to Allah God about something that's been on your heart and on your mind. Just have a conversation, a silent one, in these last few moments that we're going to sit here together. All right, I want us to take 3 deep breaths and we're going to come back to ourselves. Here's one. Here's 2. And here's 3. I want you to slowly open your eyes. Just kind of sit with that new feeling. I hope you're feeling good. Thank you to everyone who joined us. I see a bunch of you all there. I see a few of you in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Support the channel, support the network. We've got some incredible healing events that we're going to do coming up. It is my true belief system that it's time for us to heal. And to the extent that I can offer tools to do that, we'll do that. We have one coming up this Sunday, which is a replay of an event that we had at Sajdah House. It is a true healing event. If you were there in person, what I like to say is you got your nervous system recalibrated. And there were people who watched it online. And while the entire event was going on, everybody was texting me going, oh my gosh, So that event is happening Sunday. It's virtual only. It's not at the house. It's virtual only. You can, if you're on the mailing list, you should have got the Eventbrite code. Right now, we're offering a 2-for-1, and we're really grateful that you all are starting to pick up the momentum. But you only got what 6 days left, so it's Sunday night at 7 p.m. So go out there, get the download from Eventbrite or off of the pages, um, and make sure you register. It's 2-for-1. It's a virtual event. We've had so many of these healing events at the house that we've decided to do a virtual healing series. We had an opera that was amazing. We had a play that was amazing. We had this event where 75 years of Mahalia Jackson um, at Carnegie Hall, and the song selection that our sister Tammy McCann put together is soul stirring. We're also working on, have you all ever heard of pan music, where there's just this gentle person playing like a pan drum? We're going to do some things like that in as well this before the summer ends, inshallah. And so just stay close. You got to join the mailing list though, because what we found is that when we do a lot of online advertising for some of this stuff, they get filled up by people that we don't even know, and a lot of times they don't even show up. Reminds me of when our beloved brother 50 Cent brought the first 2 rows up of somebody's concert and make it look like nobody was there. That tactic we've seen. So you got to join the mailing list. You got to be part of the circle. And Allah is blessing us. You also will see here, whoop, it's over here, a new ebook that I wrote on separation and self-governance. And I'm working on a big piece that, inshallah, will be a tool for us as entrepreneurs in learning how to access anti-competitive laws and antitrust laws, so that as entrepreneurs, especially us as Black entrepreneurs, we can begin to use some of these things to help us do for self. And I'll talk about that a little bit this week on Sajdah Morning Coffee Talk. I won't go into it now because I know we just came out of meditation. But to me, this is the great way. I usually record in my mind when I come out of meditation what comes to my mind immediately. And this anti-competitive, antitrust work, which we've certainly seen as Muslims in the Nation of Islam, where we're trying to build something. We're like, what's the blockage? What's happening? There's other things going on behind the scenes that you may not have realized, but that are actually illegal according to anti-competitive laws and antitrust laws here in the country that we live in. Okay, family. So may Allah bless each and every one of you. Thank you all for being in the chat. Thank you so much, everyone who've already gotten their reservations for Sunday. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. It's 2-for-1. Make sure you're on the mailing list so you get these notices when we have these events and things like that that are coming up. All right. So may Allah continue to bless each and every one of you. And if you don't have your meditation oud oils, like they do in the Middle East, I love scents and fragrances. So I have an oud oil that you can get, and I'll show that commercial on our way out. May Allah bless you with more goodness than you've ever experienced or imagined. May your dreams, your desires, anything that you're working on, may it work out for the good of yourself and your community. Assalamu alaikum.